Favorite nation on X, Mexico. Those of you who've been coming here for a while would realize we've talked about the UK going into a lot more censorship, Canada pushing a lot more censorship, and now we have Mexico pushing a lot more censorship, all happening around the same time. And the word that keeps coming to mind with all of this is coordinated, a very coordinated worldwide censorship pandemic that is happening right now, ironically, after the COVID-19 pandemic. Mandating biometric digital ID for all citizens. It includes personal and biometric data, such as a photograph and QR code with fingerprint and iris information for every single citizen in Mexico. Mandating. What? Why? So I did a little bit of research on this. And what would you think they would say the reason why it was approved? What would be your first guess? Would it be, if you said think of the children, you're absolutely right. This is Mexico News Daily. It says, what is Mexico's new biometric CURP and is it obligatory? Mexico's Congress last month approved reforms to existing laws that allow for the creation of an identity document that contains biometric data, including fingerprints and iris scans. Supported by President Claudia Sheinbaum and the ruling Morena Party, the reforms to the laws enabled the creation of the CURP biometric CURP, took effect on July 17th after the publication of a decree in the federal government's official gazette the previous day. The CURP, or Unique Population Registry Code, is an existing national identification code for all citizens and legal residents of Mexico. The biometric CURP is an enhanced version of the existing CURP, which was created in 1996. Notice the slow rolling out of we want more control, we want more information, we want to have all the data on everyone. As soon as technology is there for it, we want more info and details on every single person. There's a significant controversy about the creation of a new identity document that contains biometric data, with critics raising a range of concerns about the collection and storage of personal information. And great point, True North. I want to highlight this too, because this is something that I always forget to say. A social, like the CCP, but a social credit score, which is basically started in China, and now we're seeing it throughout the whole world as well. What prompted the decision to create a biometric CURP? The federal government's main stated reason for the creation of the biometric CURP, right, is to help combat Mexico's missing persons crisis. Oh, that's what it is. What? So if you find a dead body, you can scan the thumb and know who it is? Really? Really? That's why you want everyone's ID? How does that help anything? Like, legitimately, are we supposed to buy that? Because I got a bridge to sell you if you think that's the real reason. Oh, it's a missing person crisis. Instead of the government actually doing their job and fixing that shit, they're like, yeah, people are just going to still keep getting stolen and ripped off the streets, and people are going to go missing. So let's just find more information on the people instead of fixing what the problem is. Gotcha. Investigators will be able to access the biometric data of people who disappear in the future, provided that they applied for and were issued with a biometric CURP. That ability will ostensibly aid efforts to locate and identify those people or their remains. Again, if they're dead, who cares? That literally, I'd rather have my freedom from the government and people not know that I'm dead. That's where I'm at with it. Mexicans and foreigners who are currently classified as missing in Mexico obviously don't have biometric CURPs, and therefore the creation of the new identity document would not assist the search for those people. Of course. More than 100,000 people are officially classified as missing in Mexico. How many of them hopped the border? How many of them just left and came to America? Missing, AKA, they're in America now. It's not always just stolen people. President Sheinbaum has said that addressing the missing persons problem is a national priority for her government. The creation of a biometric CURP is also aimed at the fight against organized crime and drug trafficking. In addition, it seeks to prevent the crime of identity theft because it's for your protection. It's for your protection. There's no way that anything could possibly go wrong, guys, if you give the government everything about you and all your information. They're not going to mishandle that at all, ever, or sell it, or make money off of it, or use it in nefarious ways, ever. Trust them. They're from the government. They're here to help. The news outlet Deutsche Welle reported that the government has presented the biometric CURP as a modern and efficient tool to strengthen security and the provision of services. The creation of the biometric CURP has also been framed as complementary to the government's efforts to modernize Mexico's bureaucratic systems and thus make them faster and more efficient. Maybe in like a first world country, this is something I don't even know if America could institute something like this in an efficient way, because I've seen some parts of America and no. I've also seen some parts of Mexico, and bro, you're not getting biometric data on every single person. What? First off, do you know how much money that's going to cost your government to do that? How many people are just in these houses? 20 people per hut in some areas of Mexico. Like, good luck getting the biometric data and organizing every single person. Come on now. What are we doing here? What laws were changed to allow the creation of a biometric CURP? The General Forced Disappearance Law and the General Pop Law were both modified to allow for the creation of the biometric CURP. What information will the biometric CURP contain? Names and surnames. This is literally everything, by the way. Date of birth, sex, place of birth, nationality, photograph, digital signature, fingerprints, and iris scan. I'm surprised they're not taking a blood vial of you as well and a urine sample. Like, holy crap. Each person with a biometric CURP will have an alphanumeric code containing 18 letters and numbers, as is the case with regular CURP. Where will this data be stored? It'll be stored in a unique identity platform, which will be linked to other government databases containing a range of information about citizens and residents. What's that last part there? Including financial data. You won't be able to hide anything anymore. They're going to know everything about you and could extort you on a whim. I'd be very afraid if I had money in Mexico. I'd be like, yikes. What will citizens and residents of Mexico use their biometric CURP for? Citizens and residents of Mexico will be able to use their biometric CURP to carry out a range of procedures and to access government and private services. According to the newspaper El Pai, a biometric CURP will be needed for such things like registering for government social programs, completing banking procedures, enrolling in educational institutes, and accessing medical care in the public health system. They are going to have everything on you. This is insane. The amount of time, effort, and money and logistics behind instituting this is actually laughable. There's no way they could actually do what they're saying they're trying to do here in Mexico. Like I said, I don't even think America could institute this. Never mind Mexico. The news website Expansion reported that the biometric CURP will also be used to validate individuals' identities on some websites. There we go. The token that Asmongold said is coming, it's already here in Mexico. It's already here. According to the legal information website, Justia Mexico, a biometric CURP could also be used to validate a person's identity when carrying out immigration procedures, such as those carried out by foreigners at National Immigration Institute (INM) offices. Will it be mandatory for individuals to obtain a biometric CURP? There is currently confusion and uncertainty about whether it will be mandatory I'll tell you right now. I'm going to guess it's not mandatory. I have not read this yet. I'm going to guess that they're going to say, this is an offer for you. It's going to benefit you. It's for your protection, and it's here to help you. And we would love to just get you to do this. That way it makes your whole life easier to just do everything. So you need to just come in and do this. We're not making you do it, but if you need to apply for a job or get government funding or you want to vote, or you want to get your driver's license, or you want to literally do anything, you want to access websites, you're going to need it. Is it forced? No, but you're going to need to do it if you want to do anything. And then after enough people do it, then they're going to say, hey, we got 65, 75% of the population that did it. Now it is mandatory. Now we do need everyone to do it. Now we get that other 25% left. President Sheinbaum said last week that the government cannot force anyone to, there we go, but added that she believes it's important to get, what did I call it? It will help with many issues. What issues? The ones you just created by creating the CURP. Now you have issues to do the things you used to do without the CURP. It'll help with many issues. Interior Minister Rosa Incela Rodriguez, holy shit, that is quite the title, has also said that obtaining the CURP will not be mandatory yet. However, laws that were changed to allow the creation of the CURP stipulate that citizens and residents of Mexico will have to obtain one. This is already mixed messaging from the actual government. No, you're not going to need to do it. Well, the law says we have to. Yeah, don't worry about what the law says. Just listen to us. Not having the CURP could potentially limit individuals' capacity to carry out some or many bureaucratic procedures and access government and private services. Therefore, for many people, having the CURP could become essential and, in effect, mandatory. Whoa, there's that word. El Pi reported earlier this month that biometric CURP will be compulsory starting in February 2026, and that the conventional version will cease to be accepted for procedures and services that require identification. Guys, this is going to turn into retina scanners to get into baseball games. This is going to turn into scanning your thumbprint to go to the movies. Like, you think I'm joking? They're going to collect all the data on everything and everyone and know exactly what you've done for everything and how you spend your days, so that they can tilt their buddies in the direction of where to make money off of you. That's what it always comes down to. They will use your own information against you to monetize you. You are just a walking money spigot for the government. It is unclear whether the government will have the capacity to issue biometric CURPs to all. They won't, not at the start. And residents who want need one by that time. When will individuals, and it goes into talking about when they can get it and all this other stuff. What are concerns? Let's see the concerns. Digital rights activists have raised concerns about the collection, use, sharing, and storage of personal data. According to Context, a media platform affiliated with the Thomson Reuters Foundation, rights groups worry the changes will enable a mass surveillance system with little accountability, Context reported. Congress's recent approval of other laws has increased the Mexican government's capacity to surveil citizens. For example, the National Investigation and Intelligence System Law, which was approved by the Senate on July 1st, gives the Federal Security Ministry broad powers to access people's personal and biometric data, as well as their financial information, among other sensitive data. This is insanity. I don't want the government to know all this shit about me. That's private shit. This cannot happen. I'm saying that about America, but I mean, even in Mexico, this is insane. Yeah, exactly. Good point, Netflix Foreign. Let me bring this one up, because this, I think, you guys know those stories about the Mexican police, the Mexican cartel, if you will. Nothing can be trusted when it comes to Mexican government. Literally nothing. Netflix says, Smash, not buddies for money, but to tell the cartel where to go Minecraft you. Because they're in cahoots with each other. They're trying to say they're going to use it to get the cartels. Bitch, they're going to give this information to the cartels. Are you kidding me? You trust Mexican government to not be doing the nefarious, here's your information of the rich people, here's who to go after? Are you kidding me? This is going to be used in the most worst, evil way possible. This is Mexico. What are we talking about here? I wouldn't even trust this in America, but geez, what are we doing? Have they responded to the concerns? The leading prominent biometric CURP initiatives has highlighted that the existing CURP system has been in place for an extended period of time, rejected claims that the CURP will become a means of spying on people in Mexico. Yeah, how can you reject that? Trust me, bro. I said we're not going to do it. That's how you know we're not going to do it. The president has repeatedly rejected claims. Okay, maybe even if we are to believe the president that they don't plan on doing it, what about the next president? How can you guarantee my safety for someone that's not even there yet? That's where the real concern is. Not that I even trust this president there in power right now, but my goodness, this is insane. Could foreign governments seek biometric data from Mexico? Yes. Earlier this year, U.S. Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem said that she had asked specifically to share biometric information of migrants with us. She's willing to discuss. Oh my God. I would be so pissed if I was a Mexican citizen. I'd be like, don't be sharing my data with America. What are you doing? No. What the? This is insane. Smash, did you ever hear about the woman who was game ended after pursuing the cartel that ended her daughter? I did hear about that. They closed the government building in Mexico City like high noon in a Western. I heard about that. And actually, funny enough, you bring that up. That's kind of what I had going on in my head when I was saying, you trust the Mexican government? Bro, I got a bridge to sell you if you're buying what they're selling you. Because holy crap, this is the last place on earth, maybe outside of Brazil, that I would trust the government with my information. I mean, North Korea and China also come to mind, but you know what I'm getting at. But yeah, holy crap. So yeah, Mexico has fallen. Canada has fallen. The UK has fallen. They're all surrounding the United States, and they're trying to pressure the United States to fall as well. This battle is far from over, guys. In fact, I would argue it's just beginning. And on that note, I'll leave it there.